next song about anything at all.
Welcome, any and all, to the Friday edition of Dreaming in Paradox. I'm your host, John Olson.
And I'm your host, Jose Benutolo.
And joining us for the final time this week is Caroline Mariko Stucky. Thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a fun week so far, but we've got one more topic to get through, and
Yes.
that would be Jose's topic.
Yes, and this is something that brings me back to my childhood. And I feel that this topic has been brewing since I was like 4 years old and I saw the Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to know, which movie would you like to be a reality so you can be a part of? For example, if I could take a movie and make it real, it would be the Ghostbusters, because till this day I still dream of putting those proton packs and go hunting, ghosts. Even when I'm scared the shit out of ghosts, like it's the last thing I would like.
Go hunting.
But that's the thing. But the ghosts in Ghostbusters feel friendly and approachable and interesting to catch. But if I could make one movie, fiction real, I will bring Ghostbusters.
That's a great question.
You bring Ghostbusters?
I will bring Ghostbusters.
I mean,
and I will
that
become
is
one.
kind of a freaky world to live in, because
It is kind of freaky.
there are ghosts all over the place.
Yeah.
You
the-
like adventures.
And
I just like that.
you want
know?
a ghost bust.
You know, I know a friend of mine that will bring like Hellraiser, and I was like, no, who wanted like whoa.
No.
But you know,
The
he likes it.
Hellraiser world is just like, don't mess with that little
Don't
cube.
mix with the box. Don't mix with the little box. Yeah, the cube's a bad cube. You know Hellraiser?
fine.
You don't wanna.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it
Hellraiser, it's a horror film.
Okay,
from-
horrors.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's like a box
And it's
that
very
unlocks
gory.
this like demon world,
It unlocks hell basically,
Yeah.
and then hell is a lot of
and
like.
then it comes after you.
Okay, well, no.
Yeah. It's like torture porn.
Yes, it is torture porn.
Like, in the pure sense of the term.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's so accurate.
But you were talking about Ghostbusters a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I would. Okay, maybe I'll go next.
It doesn't have to be one. Like,
Which
tell me.
world would I
Like,
live in? You know, I always loved the Fifth Element world.
oh, really?
I feel like the more time goes on, I watched it again recently, and I still like it. I have some issues with the movie, but like the world that they live in is so cool. The flying car. Like, I want to live in that New York City. Like, even though my apartment would be even smaller than this one.
Yes. It's a cubicle.
Like, if I can get a flying car out of it,
That's awesome.
that's pretty awesome. And like, they're on other planets in that world. Like,
Well, you have a peel and then it transforms to food.
yeah, they got the microwave that just like giant meal.
Or the makeup.
Yeah,
You
the
just
makeup
do
thing.
this and then.
and then
if I wanna get the eyeliner.
there goes the makeup artist.
Yeah,
You don't need them
no
anymore.
more makeup artists.
yeah. Right. There's a lot of jobs that are just like, what are people doing
I know.
in the future?
There's still Chinese food though.
There's still people filming stuff. They show
McDonald's?
reporters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
McDonald's is
You can
around.
say it.
I don't want to say it. I don't want
You
to.
don't want to endorse? All right. Don't eat at McDonald's. I'm not a big fan either. We'll not get it.
Let's not get
We won't
into
bash it. But eat at Otto's Tacos instead. Anyway, yeah, it's just it seems like a fun kind of crazy place.
Hey, you like it. You like it. Like it's.
You know, it was one of my favorite things about the movie is the environment. And like, as far as like movies I love, it's one of the few that I would want to actually be a part of. Like, I'm a huge fan of like the Mad Max films, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in
That's
that
the thing,
wasteland.
isn't it?
It's just like it's a little too hardcore. You know, maybe that's gonna happen, but maybe the Fifth Element will happen. So yeah, I like. There's just a lot to like about it. Ghostbusters is very close to our reality.
Yeah, it's with the only exception of, you know,
There's ghosts.
there's
and
ghosts
busters.
and then Ghostbusters.
And apparently you can get away with a lot in a startup business because they just kind of do whatever they want. They take the law into their own hands.
They do, and on top of that,
time in.
I mean,
Right.
yes,
But yeah,
it's pretty similar. Yeah, it's like technically the same. It's the same world except for the fact that
There's little differences. You know, if you went there from our world, I think you'd start to notice after a while lots of little things. Because, like, you know, Gozer, the Carpathian, is not a real person.
Gozer, the
But he is in the Ghostbusters world.
He is in the
So, like, their
world.
history is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little
Things
like
are,
you know.
things are diff. Do you have anything?
Well, I'm thinking hard, but like there must be a really good answer to it. I'm thinking about my favorite movies, but I not necessarily would want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are
okay.
tough.
So just like you like them artistically, but not necessarily the universe that they are.
Yeah.
What are some of
because
those? If you want to spit some of
Let's
those
see,
out.
let's see how like. Oh no.
I see the poster Inception there.
Yeah. The
And
Inception
then
world,
being
I
able to-
imagine, yeah, it seems like the only difference is that they've got the dream machine.
Yeah, it seems
And
that
that machine is cool, but I do think it would mess with your brain
Oh yeah.
You think so?
to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, look what happens in the movie. People
Yes,
can't
it's
tell reality from dreams
Yeah, it's-
after a while. Like, if you overdo it, right? You use it one time.
but you
and you're
can
okay.
like, if you can go to anywhere you want to go
It's true.
because of that machine, that would be. Pretty
Why would you
cool.
need to wake up?
And there's a lot of people who do not wake. Like they go to this guy in India. Remember that has
Yeah.
the
It's
serum.
it's the only
So
way
that
they can dream.
It's the only way they can dream, and for some of them that is a reality.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
I'd
like they just
say
put
they
up
could-
with.
they
They just
could.
put up with waking life.
Is that an analogy to the drugs? To drugs? Is that an analogy to like opium? Because that place
It looked like an opium
seemed a lot
den.
like an opium. Yeah, like an opium house.
There might be something to that.
How they portray them. It's interesting that nobody has mentioned yet Star Wars or Star Trek.
I don't know that I would want to live in the Star Wars universe.
You don't want to live in the Star Wars
It's
universe?
filled with war and violence and
There's, yeah,
And it's
there's
really
always
hard to
villains
make a
anywhere-
living,
everywhere, so.
like
It's an awful universe to live.
yeah, like I
It's the
don't-
entire universe. It's not like
I
you
don't
move
think
to
I
another
wanna
planet
live.
and it's like
Star Trek, on the other hand, like
it's kind of
it's
cool.
a bit more utopic.
It is very utopic. You don't see poverty in Star Trek. You see like it seems
Yeah,
like
at least on Earth, like Earth has its shit together.
yeah.
Other planets less so. But yeah, and like there's the occasional galactic disaster, impending threat
Usually.
to Earth.
Constantly, but
Constant
then there's
threat to
also Kirk and the Federation, and they always save the day.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know. There's casualties.
there are casualties.
There's casualties.
I mean, if you are wearing a red
There
shirt,
are, like-
you don't want to be part of that universe. No red shirts.
If we're going the new ones, like a spaceship crashes into San Francisco, like that's epic death and destruction.
Yeah, and also
like we're trying to get medical benefits for
Also-
9/11 victims today. Like
they blow half of London in that movie at the beginning. Remember that was like the terrorist attack that Khan makes
Did they-
happening. Like he blows
London,
it blows like the center of London.
yeah,
With, like
that's like
a lot of people die.
it's brutal.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. So like the new ones especially are dangerous to some extent. But Star Trek is an option. I still feel like I'd rather go Fifth Element Future. I mean, that one's also got a lot of problems.
It does.
There's big industrial problems. And
It
like
does pollution and stuff.
pollution,
It's just an interesting universe to live. I don't know.
sexism.
That would be
If we're going back to that, there's a lot of sexism in the
Yeah.
future.
But what about like Middle Earth?
Middle Earth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
would you like to be an
I was
elf or
looking at
something?
things a little closer to home,
Ah.
but
Oh yeah, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of science fictions, horrors, and also fantasy. So
oh,
So then the
Oh,
movies.
not
you hurt.
just boring.
Oh, it cut
yeah,
so
I'm
deep.
Sorry, it's just,
But this
that's
is
why,
a-
like I
all the
can't.
things I love. Well, I'm with you on the horror for the most part, but
Yeah.
the other two I'm a huge fan of.
But my best friend Roberta, you know her.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she-
I do.
So I know she would say the Hobbits. She loves the Hobbits, and she like
She would
tried
live
to,
in a Hobbiton?
Well, I know she would be talking about it like for 3 hours.
Middle Earth is tough because I feel like
Middle East,
Middle Earth.
Middle
Yeah.
Earth. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking
Yeah, it's
about
like-
Middle Earth.
Yeah,
Middle
Tolkien,
Earth is
like
tough
Lord of the Rings.
because then like do you have to change your species to fit in, or
Yeah.
like can you go there as yourself? Because like I'm picking things that like I can just live as me. I might have a harder time in Middle Earth, like as me.
It's true. It's true.
I don't
And
know.
it's kind of like not
I
technological.
look. What's the Gondorish? I could be from Gondor.
You could be from Gondor.
There's blondes there.
They're bronzing Gondor. You could be
Right.
for Rowan.
Um,
Roham. You could be
Rohan.
a Rohanin. Or
could you be a? Yeah, you don't like it.
I don't-
She doesn't
no,
like
no,
it.
you
She doesn't
can
like
talk
it.
about
Here we are
She doesn't
going
like
on.
No,
it.
it's not that I don't know anything about it, so I'm
Okay.
not gonna. Yeah, you.
We'll get off.
So,
of it.
so the thing is that the movies that you could relate for these questions are movies that are just like a portrait of the
thing
reality
is
that we
it's,
exist.
Yeah, exactly. So
So it would be like you will end up in the same world.
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to leave it.
What about something like? Do you want a world where whimsical things can happen? So, like, say a movie like Midnight in Paris. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's
Like,
pretty cool.
Like he's like just able.
Yeah.
He just
Go back
like
to
there's
go
something
and-
could happen of a similar
Oh, what
nature.
about Back to the Future?
Oh,
Do you wanna live in the
that's-
future?
Oh my no, no.
That
the
future
universe in
or-
which time machine,
Like,
which
yeah,
the
time
the
machine.
time machine is real. She wants the time machine.
You want the time machine?
I want the
She
time
wants like,
machine.
I wonder if you're gonna go kill Hitler like everybody else with a time machine.
Yeah, you didn't ask her. See, now we won't. Now we won't know if she would have said that. What would you do with the time machine?
I would go and
Would you be more interested in seeing the past or in seeing the
the
future?
past for some reason.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
would just be worried about like
Because the
erasing
future is
myself.
gonna be fucked up. So
I would be worried about erasing myself because you can erase yourself
You could.
in the Back to the
I
Future.
mean, Marty McFly. Yeah, he almost
erases.
He almost
himself.
erased himself,
yeah.
So I'd be worried about that.
and it was an instant.
It was it was like this slow ghosting away.
Yes,
That's
it's
scary.
like
It was scary, yeah, right? You'd know it's coming. You're like, oh no, I did something wrong. I've changed too
and you
much.
starts disappearing, and then suddenly you see through your hand.
Yeah.
But nobody else notices that you are kind of transparent.
Yeah. So in that sense, going into the future is a little safer. And
It
what a
is.
future they have, right?
They have
so
not
so
far
different
from it.
from ours.
We are living that future.
yeah, we're there.
We're there. We're there. It just doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
Which one is your favorite Back to the Future?
The first one.
The first one.
it's the best.
Most people.
It's
Yeah.
the best.
The last one, no.
It's
Oh,
interesting. Everybody hates the last
Everyone
one,
hates
and
it.
my
They
favorites.
tried too hard.
My favorites go 1, 3, 2.
Oh.
Like I like the third one more than I like the second one.
That's interesting.
Would you like to go to Jurassic Park?
Oh, Jurassic Park would be interesting.
Yeah, you know, they don't have a good track record for
They
that,
do
with
not.
that park.
They definitely did not have a good track record.
If I could go and it was like safe, they've had a good safe track record for a while. There's no weird new exhibits coming out.
Yes,
Right?
it's like no money, no genetic manipulation stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
I might
get to
go
see Chris
Jurassic
Pratt.
Park. I'm gonna take a little bit. Dinosaurs are cool.
I'd like to see a dinosaur.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I do.
like
Stopping them.
stopping the. Have you seen the thing?
Were there
on-
any like petting dinosaurs? Because like
Yeah, they
I
were.
feel- I mean, they go up close to like that Triceratops or whatever, but like that's because they're on like the special tour.
Well, you haven't seen the new one, have you?
No, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
the one.
I mean there is like, and this is not a spoiler, but you know, like in the part that is depicted in the new one, there is a section where kids can play with baby dinosaurs. So they actually have them, like if you were puppies and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And if you stick to like the herbivores,
yeah,
you're pretty safe.
yeah,
right?
you're pretty safe. You don't need to have like
You
why
don't
would
get
you-
in there with the carnivorous beasts,
exactly.
right? It's like going. It's like having a wolf petting zoo. Like you know,
We can go to Universal Studios and then do the Jurassic Park ride.
I've done the Jurassic Park ride.
I liked it.
I don't
It was
remember if
fun.
I've done it. I think I have, but
I did it like early,
Long
like
ago.
pretty shortly after it first came out, is when I went. So it was a while
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
But and there was like some kind of malfunction that like we had to wait for like 3 hours to go on. They fixed it, whatever it was, but like there was this huge delay.
You're
and it was
on
just
the ride now.
no, we
You're
were in
waiting
the
to
line.
ride.
We were in
Oh.
the middle of the line, and it just like so it's like it burnt like half our day
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting on that one
But
ride.
anyway, you wait 3 hours for a 30-second ride.
Yeah, and it's so short.
and
It's
you
true.
end up doing 4 rides a day or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's the problem with the theme parks.
It was a cool ride though.
Yeah,
You
if you're a
took-
kid,
have
if
you
you're a
seen
kid,
it?
you can
Yeah.
try to really imagine it is real. I don't know.
Because they have like all the animatronics, they look good.
Yeah,
Like
pretty good.
they use whatever. I think they use the same kind of props they use in the movies. Like whatever that material is, it looks great. And then like the T-Rex comes at you.
What about the Harry Potter universe?
Ah,
If I-
that's a
if
That would be
good
interesting,
one.
If
isn't
I
it?
can be a wizard,
If you
hell
could, you don't
yeah.
want to be a Muggle.
I
Oh,
wanna
you're
be-
like a Muggle hater. He's a Muggle hater.
If I'm gonna live in a world where there's superpowers, I want the powers.
That's the thing. Like I was thinking also, I don't watch so many superhero movies.
Yeah.
I'm really boring.
You're not.
Because I'm sure like a lot of people who are gonna watch these episodes are
Maybe,
fans
yeah.
of all those things that I don't watch.
We'll see. We don't even know.
But
We're really out of touch with our audience.
so if you were his superhero, which one would you be?
Oh, superhero. If you could be like, I would.
If I could-
I love Magneto. Magneto is my all-time favorite. Like
He's got a hard life.
in the universe of like the X-Men.
If you're an X-Man and you could just have a power.
Yeah, because otherwise you want to be Superman. Like you want to be the guy who has like everything. You know, like.
Yeah, I mean,
freaking-
Superman's got it made. Like he can't get
it's
hurt.
just like everything. Just like have like.
He can fly. He can't get hurt. Super
Although
strong.
if you go to the universe of Heroes, the TV series, like the kid who could jump in time, Hiro Nakamura, that is a pretty cool.
He could bend space time in crazy
He could
ways.
bend space time. Like you probably don't like it. It was like, oh, Heroes is.
He's gotta go in.
I watched it a
It's
little
true.
bit.
You watch it a little. Oh, so you know Hiro
I know,
Nakamura.
yeah, a couple of them.
He looks like he's gonna poop, and then he just like ends up somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool would that be? Especially
Yeah.
if you can control it, because it takes some time.
Yeah, you have to learn it.
You need
Let's
to
have
learn
the
it.
fun though.
You need to learn it.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
I feel like you still haven't picked which one you'd like.
I said Back in the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. She would like Back to the
Okay.
Future, definitely.
But,
She wants a time
Okay.
machine.
Time Machine. Yeah.
She wants to go
Yeah.
meet Emmett
I
Brown.
didn't talk you out of it.
And, you know,
Then you're erasing yourself.
because there's a couple of other universes. Like I'm thinking, like there's Harry Potter, but there is also
Harry Potter would be a fun one.
Harry Potter. A lot of
Harry
people would
Potter is
choose
good.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
A lot of people would choose Harry
Because
Potter.
they can kind of just
The
do
X-Men,
whatever,
you know.
right? You know, swish and flick.
Yeah,
It's done.
But you know what? In a more serious
The
tone.
broom, like I get my fly around on the
Oh
broom.
yeah, on a broom.
Or like they
definitely.
can just enchant like cars to fly. Like you can do so many.
They
cool
can
things.
heal you with a wand.
Yeah, it's true.
There is no cancer. There is no breaking bones.
Yeah.
There's no like. There's a potion for everything.
No
like,
game rage problems. If
No.
you break your controller, you can
You
just
just
fix
like,
it.
reparo.
Yeah. Controlo reparo.
Controlo reparo.
Yeah.
And the thing is even better than it
You
was
just like
before.
have to, you just learn some Latin.
Oh yeah,
Learn Latin.
and stay away from dead eaters.
Yeah.
You know, you see the sign in the sky, run. But you see Limitless, the movie Limitless.
Yeah, I saw them on this. Where
Oh,
he
yeah, I
takes
saw
the
it.
pill.
Limitless.
He's really smart.
I would love that pill.
They
to
just,
be real.
maybe you don't know. They just released a show. For
Yes,
that.
they just released a show
Yeah.
about
Oh,
the
Yeah,
the
I
movie.
wonder what they'll do with it. And apparently, it's in the same continuity as the movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was reading about
it.
it.
Continues.
Yeah,
from
so
the-
Bradley Cooper's in the premiere. He's in the pilot.
Oh really? So it's not about his character.
No, but he shows up in it.
Oh.
But yeah, if you had the smart drug, I feel like it made him smart, but he also made a lot of stupid decisions while he was on his smart drug.
Yeah, most probably.
I was like, how smart did it really make him? Because like he's very frivolous with his intelligence.
Although,
in the movie,
if you see the movie Lucy,
Oh
which is
yeah,
a-
this is the bad version of Limitless for me.
This is the bad version of Limitless, correct.
disappointing.
but it allows you to be more powerful than Limited allows you to. Like
Yeah,
Limitless allows you to be super
but it
intelligent.
allows you
this
to
one-
bend the actual rules of the world because
What you
you can
feel?
think
What-
around them. Like, yeah, I think Limitless is.
What you
good.
feel about like what you were gonna say something about like
Lucy?
Lucy.
Okay, like why there are so many things that is not current in the movie that
Mhm.
I was just like I was so grouchy during the movie. Why she could learn Chinese or French so easily and she can't even like talk those languages? I don't know, like there are so many things like this in the movie that I'm like it could have been so great. And
I kind of
does
felt like
feel-
that throughout
Yes.
Limitless. I feel like it's a hard thing to write super intelligence
Mm-hmm.
without being super intelligent. Like, because you have to like, oh, well, like, what could I do? But like, if you were super intelligent, you'd probably do different things. You'd play it smarter, right? There. So like, I always
you
kind of
need
have an
to
issue.
have dramas and all
Yeah,
those things.
it's
but
true.
Like a
You
good
need a movie
script,
still.
for example, is like Inception for me is
Solid.
pretty solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works. There's no
You
question.
should watch our Inception episode.
Sorry.
I think it's for you.
Yes.
If you haven't seen our Inception,
Oh, I didn't see.
we have an episode where we talk
About-
largely about Inception,
Yeah.
and also, did you see Interstellar?
Yeah.
We also talk about that one. And I think you'd like it. But yeah, it's a good, just a good solid script.
It is.
I have lots of things that I like about it.
What about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? That would be an
It's a
interesting.
terrifying galaxy.
It's a terrifying galaxy. Do you know that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
It's sci-fi.
I've
She
heard
doesn't,
of it,
she doesn't
yeah.
like it.
If she
It's
probably,
sci-fi
if
comedy.
if she's seen it, I mean, she's seen something
I've
about it.
heard.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been like not only as a movie, but like it's obviously books,
It's
but
a
also
cult
a
classic.
radio show. Like I think they had a television show at one point. Like it's been in a whole bunch of mediums, so it's very, very popular. It's been
Yeah.
around for a really long time.
the geeky thing. The only thing that you need to remember about that is 42.
Okay.
Yeah,
42.
You should always bring a towel.
42, and you should always bring a
It's the
towel.
most important.
Okay.
There are like
Yeah,
cult
apparently.
things in the book that like you go into the
Um,
universe, you need a towel, and 42 is the ultimate answer to everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to the meaning of life is 42.
It's the answer to the ultimate question.
Is the answer
But they
to
don't
the
know
ultimate
what the
question.
ultimate question is.
The ultimate is they ask the computer what is the ultimate answer to the meaning of life,
No, they say what
the
is.
universe, and everything. That's the actual question that they ask it.
I'm pretty sure it's what is the answer to the ultimate question. It's like, and then the computer says, but you don't know what the question is.
And then it takes 7.5 billion years to compute it, and then when they come back, it says the answer is 42.
Yeah,
And it's brilliant. I feel that it's
very silly.
I mean, but
It's all very silly.
I feel that it's the author's way to say to a silly question a silly answer. There is
Yeah.
no ultimate, like there is no answer to this question. It
absolutely.
shouldn't be a question. Like
I don't know that I want to live there. It's too chaotic. Like
Or
there's
also-
every 2 seconds something
Yeah.
ridiculous is happening.
yeah, but it's also saying like even if I tell you the answer, you're not gonna be able to understand it. So I'm gonna say 42. That may be the answer, but you have no idea what I mean.
Yeah.
And then it will
I
it
got
will
it.
stay like that forever.
Yeah, you're
It's
doing the
crazy. I'm doing the thing. I do this thing where I over-explain things.
Yeah. When you've already explained it, you do.
I know. It happens. Oh man, I mean, if I could, like, all my life I wanted to be a Ghostbuster.
Want to be ghosted? Are there any? Is there a close second?
But it's crazy because
Are there any distant seconds? Like what?
I mean, Back to the Future it's interesting, but I don't know if I would choose it as you know, like for a time it
Yeah, I
was
wouldn't wanna
Star
go, yeah.
Wars 2, Star Trek, but I can't think about like any other specific mode I got. Like Ghostbusters connects to me as a child. That is the
It's
thing.
hard to beat that.
It's hard to beat that. I have the emotional connection to that film that it made me feel good. It made me, you know, like I would love to watch the film when I was a kid, and like stave off. Like if I could see
I
that.
just feel like I love a lot of like really sort of dystopic movies, and I don't want to live in any of those. Even some of the ones that are mildly so. Like, I mean, our world's not perfect either,
Mhm.
but you take something like Gattaca, right? Gattaca's
Gattaca.
kind of a depressing world
It is a depressing
to
world.
live in. Minority Report is kind of a cool world, but like the technology there is also very overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have like some really cool stuff going on.
What about the Matrix?
Why do you always want to? No, I don't want to be plugged in.
You don't want to be plugged in?
No, like if
I'm
I
the
can,
only
a
one.
blue
I'm the
pill.
only one.
if I can be Neo,
You'll take you'll take the other pill. Which one's the one that he took? The red
but
pill.
like you know they take the red pill.
So you
The
wanna
red pill
take-
goes further down. But like then if you can hack into the Matrix, you still have to deal with like living in a cave, like Fallout shelter style city.
Not after
that they
the
live in.
end. You know, not after
And
like
we don't know
peace.
really what happens.
People
with
will
that
be plugged
piece.
in again. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird ending. It's an ending that doesn't really.
It's kind of like
Kinda
it's definitely kind of a
Yeah,
weird ending.
you're always bringing up the Matrix, like.
But you know, like,
people
if
really
you-
wanna
if you have to-
plug
if-
themselves into the Matrix.
If you have to pick something that is not necessarily good, but something that you would like to see, what would it be? Like imagine something that you say like this is not necessarily a universe I want to live or experience, but there is something in this movie that I would like to see in real life, even if it will
I feel
kill
like
me.
Jurassic Park was a good
Yeah.
example of that.
I think Fifth Element also came to my mind.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you can take all the negative things about it, the
Mhm.
world, then
yeah, maybe just a
that's
visit.
something I
It
would
might be a
like
nice place to visit,
yeah.
but not to live.
I mean that ship,
The cruise?
The cruise.
The
The
cruise
cruise
ship
ship?
is
You can see the planet and
Yeah,
everything.
it goes into
you know.
orbit.
You would love to be
Yeah.
you would love to be in that cruise ship.
Yeah, that cruise
That's-
ship was pretty awesome. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
I'd take a vacation there.
And there's so
In a
many
heartbeat.
beaches in
Oh,
that
yeah.
in that planet. They were saying like something thousand beaches, and the cruise just takes you
Yeah,
to
the
all of
beaches.
them.
It's just like
It's-
islands.
yeah, the whole planet
It's
is just
mostly
islands
water
and
with a
beaches.
few islands. So they're like, we have all these beaches. So at night it goes up into space, and it's like. Yeah.
What about you? What about like one
That
thing
was a good one. I like that one.
like one thing that doesn't necessarily matter if it's negative, but like
If I
but
could
you
just-
would like
if I
to
could
see it.
If I could
You could like to
witness it.
you would like to see it. You would like to say like, holy fuck, I saw this.
I don't know. You want something impressive, right?
I mean, impressive to you. Like what
Yeah.
what do you want to see? I just like if the positive connotation cannot move us forward. What is the negative connotation saying? Like I would like to see, you know, ID4, like those ships coming to Earth
That'd
or
be
something.
something. Would you? Pick
I
that?
would choose a monster movie. I would choose like a giant monster movie. I want to see
Godzilla.
a kind of Godzilla destroying it. Like I want to be in New York while that thing just comes and attack. I go like, whoa, that
You know,
is gigantic.
I didn't like the movie, but
A
it would be
kaiju.
cool to see the Pacific Rim robots.
Yes.
Like those, because they're like, 30-story robots. Like that'd be kind of cool. Take a look. It's to see in person. Yeah, problems with the movie, but like they're kind of cool.
How crazy will be our reality if society is exactly as we know it, but there's something like that actually starts happening,
Yeah.
and you go like,
I mean, there's crazy stuff
Changes
happening
everything.
now, but because it's reality, you don't think of it.
true.
It's like I'm excited about all kinds of things that are actually happening.
True. But giant monsters will be.
We're gonna
cool.
build a hyperloop. We've got hover bikes now. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
I know.
MIT built a camera that can shoot 1 trillion frames a second. Like we live in a crazy world. Trillion
a trillion.
frames a second. It's so they can watch light move. If you haven't seen this video, do yourself a favor, look it up. I'll even put it in the
I didn't know about
liner
this.
notes.
I want to see this.
I'll put a link. Yeah, MIT built a special camera that it does 1 trillion frames a second. It uses some kind of crazy algorithm
Oh my
math
God,
to do it, and they pass. There's a couple different tests they do. They have a light that blinks like very quickly, like nanoseconds.
Mm-hmm.
And they pass it through like
And
a Coke bottle.
The video is like 3 hours long because
It's super. It's not that long. It's like
No.
but it's like a minute, and it shows
For
the way
something,
that the
yeah.
light moves through objects. So they do like they flash a light on an apple, they flash a light on like a Coke bottle, and it like passes. You can see it move. The light move through the glass. Like it's really cool.
Can see it.
Yeah.
Like, how you could see? I mean, it's so
1
weird.
trillion frames in 1 second. Like that's.
you must
It's slow
have
enough
so
to-
much. You need so much light to be able.
Yeah,
to
they
capture
do it
that.
through. It's not a traditional photography because clearly, like, nothing's sensitive enough to catch it. I think it's been a while since I looked into it, but they do something where I think it's like multiple exposures, and then they do something bananas to get it to do that.
And the storage space.
It's MIT for you. Because it's like, they film it for a millisecond, probably, a second.
Oh.
It's like you don't watch 1 trillion frames. I'm sure it's programmed to like film for a fraction of a second, and they time it with the light just so that they can do these tests. But they put them online, and they're really cool.
I'm gonna go watch
I
them
think
right now.
they're worth watching. And
Yep,
you should also
right
go watch
to
it
the barrier.
right now because we're wrapping up. This has been a good week.
This has been an awesome week.
Thank you so much for joining
No,
us.
my pleasure.
Let us know if you liked the new length of the episodes. I
Comment.
think we're starting to really get our format down.
Yes, I
It's-
believe so.
It's getting there. And for those of you who have been with us from early on, thank you for your patience in getting there with us. Keep on watching. Share it if you like the stuff we talked about this week. Follow our guest You can find her on Facebook. She has a page. We'll put the links down below. And yeah, I think that's about it. Share it, like it, subscribe. Get us 500. The show, we're trying to improve it. So if you want to encourage us to keep doing it and keep improving it, then subscribe. And on that note, you can find me on Twitter at John in Paradox.
And you can find me on Twitter and Facebook at Caroline Mariko.
And you can find me on Twitter at Jose in Paradox. And on that note, visible friends from the future, we say goodbye from the past.